See the Terry Pratchett documentary about assisted suicide? I couldn't watch the bit where the old guy died because I was coming so hard that my glasses fell off.
It said on the instructions for Viagra, the warnings and such, it said, keep away from children. I thought, what kind of a man do they think I am? That can't maintain an erection with a child.
On a serious note, just looking at all the faces here reminds me of some of the great work that's been done this year by cosmetic surgeons.
Don't bother, don't send your children's toys to Africa. Can you imagine how depressing it must be to receive a Tamagotchi that's going to outlive you?
Also not nominated, I Love You, Philip Morris, Jim Carrey and Ewan McGregor, two heterosexual actors pretending to be gay. So the complete opposite of some famous Scientologists, then. What?
I would love to be gay. I'll tell you why, because I'm a man's man. I like men. Men like me. We like each other. I hate women. Women hate me. We hate each other. The only reason I couldn't be gay is because I could never fuck a man. Because I could never fuck something that I respect.
Father, sitting at home, just reading the newspaper. This little girl comes running in. She's only 6. Hello, darling. Hello, Daddy. You've been playing? Yeah. In the park? Yeah. With your friends? Well, until the man came along. Till the man came along? Yeah, a man came along, and he asked my friends to leave, so it was just me and him. Darling, come over. Whatever happened, none of it was your fault, okay, darling? None of it was your fault. But tell Daddy every detail. What happened? He took me behind a tree so no one could see what we were doing. Oh, God, darling, and then what happened? He took my dress off. Oh, God, what happened next? What happened? He took his thing out. Oh, God, darling, and then what happened? Nothing, that was it. Oh, we'll make something up.
Ill-advised things to say in court.
The case for the prosecution is based on one compelling piece of evidence. The defendant is black.
Of course, you know, the big thing that's happened, I don't know how you felt about it, but for me, Michael Jackson's death, it's just been weird. I watched it in London, where I live. I watched it on the news, and for me, it was very much like when Diana died. I couldn't give a fuck.
Apparently the Saudi Arabian Paralympic team is just thieves.
Right, final thought. If only Africa had more mosquito nets, then every year we could save millions of mosquitoes from dying needlessly of AIDS.
Sorry, I know that's probably not funny for any mildly autistic people in the audience. Then again, nothing is.
How do you make a gay fuck a woman? Shit in her cunt. I know.
Our next presenter is British, like me. But unlike me...
He's won an Oscar.
For his brilliant portrayal in The King's Speech. He's also swooned over by women. I don't see it. I don't get it. Good luck to him. He's also loved by the critics.
Oh, good for him.
But... what you don't know about him is he's very racist. Very. In private, I mean, really nasty stuff. He also, I've seen him punch a little blind kitten. Please welcome the evil Colin Firth.
The Independent describes the Dostoevsky metro station with its depressing murals as the Mecca for suicides. not to be confused with the Mecca for suicide bombers, which is Mecca. According to the Times...
Why do paedophiles always have beards and glasses? What is it about that look that children find so sexy?
There's something wrong with it. Like, I was thinking the other day that you can figure out how bad a person you are by how soon after September 11th you masturbated, like how long you waited. And for me, it was between the two buildings going down, so I have a feeling like...
And we appear to have a streaker. No, one of the altar boys has escaped from the vestry.
Please welcome Ashton Kutcher's dad, Bruce Willis. But actors aren't just loved here in Hollywood, they are loved the world over because they're recognisable. You can be anywhere. You could be in the third world, okay, and you get a glimpse of a Hollywood star, and it makes you feel better, okay? You could be a little child, a little Asian child, with no possessions and no money, but you see a picture of Angelina Jolie, and you think, oh, Mummy.
People say dolphins are really intelligent. I think, yeah, but only compared to the retarded kids we got them swimming with.
And she called me up and she's like, you know, Aunt Sarah, did you know that Hitler killed 60 million Jews? And I corrected her and I said, you know, I think he's responsible for killing 6 million Jews. And she said, oh yeah, 6 million, I knew that, but seriously, I mean, what's the difference? The difference is 60 million is unforgivable, young lady. But kids, you know.
I think you know a girl is too young for you if you're having to make the aeroplane noise to get your cock in her mouth.
What can I say about our next two presenters? The first is an actor, producer, writer and director whose movies have grossed over $3.5 billion at the box office. He's won 2 Academy Awards and 3 Golden Globes for his powerful and varied performances, starring in such films as Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, Castaway, Apollo 13 and Saving Private Ryan. The other is Tim Allen.
See, people think the Middle East is a very complex question, don't they? I've got an analogy that I think sums it up quite well. If you imagine that Palestine is a big cake, it's one big cake. Well, that cake is being punched to pieces by a very angry Jew.
I was raised Catholic, and my Catholic priest told me when I was 12 years of age, he said to me, God is watching you when you masturbate. I said, is he a pedophile too, Father? I'm joking. I said, is he a pedophile too, Father?
Now, there are 2 reasons why babies are christened, right? There's the real reason, which is the church are trying to recruit people who can't talk. Then there's the second reason, the Bible's reason, God's reason. This is why God wants you to christen your child. Because if you don't christen your child and it dies in infancy, it doesn't get into heaven. Aww. So if you are religious, your God sounds like a super guy. But if he lets one dead baby into heaven, then he has to let all the dead babies into heaven. And before you know it, heaven's just filled with fucking dead babies. Then when I tell a joke like that in front of this many people, then in this room, there's a good chance there's a couple who lost their child in infancy. And I'm a comedian, I'm meant to make you laugh. And I've just reminded you of the most horrible thing that ever happened to you. And for that, I am sorry. But if you weren't smart enough to get a pedophile in a dress to put a small amount of water on the child's forehead, what the fuck did you think was going to happen, right?